Thằng nào thắng?
Welcome to Onivia.
As Toby not going to be able to save him with a teleport or anything like that as Canyon. Oh, brilliant flash over from Lucid as Kane will be taken down and he tanks up just enough turret shots. And these dives are
now
difficult.
You have to hit your E first to get the root. Before you didn't. You just pressed W.
So
it was very effective for setting up gangs. Unless you did a minion, then it wasn't very effective.
It was not very effective.
Không liên quan đến
Looks like the decision is he's
liên
moving
quan
up.
coi chưa, liên quan thì coi rồi.
Yeah, Showmaker looking for an angle here as
Liên
Barrel
quan thì
goes
phải coi được game
in.
1.
Canyon is ulted, keeping himself safe here as the train is going to crash into the wall. Showmaker now pushing the fight though as Lucid will get knocked up and he's the first target.
Trời ơi, đủ má, mày đã dồn PC tắt lên chịu không nổi luôn à.
Position doing a fair bit of damage. Showmaker going exceptionally low, but I think he's going to be safe for now, aiming the next target here as he will get knocked up. Barrel being an absolute hero, and Showmaker can now throw down the massive damage from this machine gun rise, and now he's realm warping, looking to stop Keen. Stop Duro being able to do anything here, and D+, a gorgeous team fight to start off the game.
Super scrappy one, and you saw Showmaker getting so many. The other one's in control of his bot side now, and actually they might be looking for Showmaker in this tower.
Yep, Showmaker just trying to get that fancy footwork out as in goes Canyon. Showmaker was playing hyper aggressive as Duro comes on over, and the realm warp is going to get him to the cow. He's going to try and deliver this kill back as Lucid just a little bit late to this one. Duro just very happy to run around here, has the unbreakable will, and in the mid lane, that is where DK are trying to make that cross-map play. Ruler doing his best to clear out the minions. But I think that's just a Showmaker for nothing, and
tất cả các thằng đó số Bắc Cơ cũng hay á, cướp cái tóc mai xong đủ nó chạy ra Trụng xa phải lồn nha.
Looks like that game plan. Oh, looking for TP now from Shiu.
Yeah, and Duro, no ulti available and no health to speak of as well. True shot barrage going on down, but that is Shiu grabbing the kill immediately.
Chưa làm sao rồi, không được cái
Everyone just finding the CC,
Công hay nè.
and
Ui hay.
taking down beautiful quickness there from Barrel to help out as Jody is in trouble. There are 4 people in Barrel. He knows exactly who he wants to take
Tất cả
out.
thằng này lời luôn, dù có nào xong số Bắc Cơ thì phải chuyển lên chủ chơi em luôn chủ chơi. Quá
He
lại.
had made the map play, right? Like it felt like there was going to be no contest, no answer, but the fact that the cooldown of the Unbreakable Will comes out meant that Duro was completely useless, didn't have the health bar, wasn't able to go on a reset, and Genji feeling like they'd been able to get a free opening towards the break, turned into DK understanding exactly where the cooldowns are at and capitalizing effectively. Really nicely played.
I think especially with how early we are in the game, I think in hindsight, obviously it's hard to see this. Oh, Showmaker in trouble again.
Yeah, when comes Lightning, as he's going to try and offer some damage back. Duro, not a lot of damage himself, nor does he have the ult in a second time. Still Showmaker trying his very best to at least make it difficult for them to take this one down. Finally they do, and Duro can tank about 11,500 turret shots with his Unbreakable Will.
Just bullying Showmaker in the side lane, finding these angles, doing a great job of it. And fortunately for them, there's a dragon to go for and potentially get punished. For the Rift Herald, we'll see if D+ up to respond. Bear in mind, Showmaker doesn't have teleport this time, neither does Shiwu, so they may just be able to grab this one uncontested.
Yeah. Keen here towards the bottom side, just trying to defend in case Shiu's given some free time on the turret, and Shiu might actually have some friends coming in to help out as well, as this Q just to try and clear out the wave, but there's the CC, the layering's good. And Barrel happy to tank this turret up. Towards the top side of the map, but it is going to be Lucid defending as Canyon takes that Rift Herald like you were talking about. So Genji able to pull this one back. It's within touching distance as far as the gold, but feats of strength going over to Genji is a big deal as they were able to pick up the first turret in the mid lane.
I think the lesson I kind of learned from this game so far is just don't be in a side lane. But he's so tanky, it took a lot of effort to get him that low, and even then he has an ending despair, so he would be able to heal up. But the damage on Ruler was what stuck, and she was doing a great job of landing that. The dragon is secured for D+, and without
Canyon,
TP's being committed.
Yeah, they are looking for it. Genji,
ai là người làm
it's
cái tiếng
almost
vang
going to
thì
hop
phải
up,
chở
but it's
nó
not
đi
going
đấy.
down all that
Ai?
quickly. Duro on a
Ai?
flank, wanting to be able to get Shiu out of there as he's looking for a flank. In comes the Rift Herald as well, as now Kane just puts his body in front, but look, he's just cut down right in front of their eyes. He's going to have to just call a train for himself to get out, and DK are saying thanks for the leash. Their health does look so much better, and without their frontline tank, they're not going to be able to do this. It's going to be a 50-50, but it's Lucid that takes it down, and Canyon with a defensive ultimate is going to try and get him out of there, but these flowers go to DK, and they
that dragon, any future ones they get, they're going to start feeling really
DK đánh đập bài bản chuẩn chỉ quá.
now. They are looking towards Canyon on the bot side.
Beryl just holding onto his Q, or his W, sorry, just to make sure that Canyon wasn't going to be able to immune it. And even though the Impale doesn't find a target, that's because the target was a corpse.
The value Shu is getting on this Jace has been massive. I feel like ever since we saw the tank Jace go away, we've seen a lot of these more damage-oriented Jace, sometimes a bit more bruiser. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon.
Yeah, perhaps 3 versus 2 right here as he does flash away. Shock Blast as well, doing a lot of damage. And Lucid delivers Keen into the backline. I don't know about it, but he's still just getting destroyed. Otacon or no Otacon, I guess this guy's just made a paper as Chovy and Showmaker went for a scuffle. That is not the important part. The important part is DK taking control of the whole map.
Yeah, it feels like Keen starting to get shredded. You know, you have the fact that Aiming is 100 CS ahead of him in comparison. Already has that last Whisper. Just able to cut through him a little bit too quickly. LDR actually finished now. So, you know, that deficit, we talked about Keen and not being as big of a deal, him being behind. Starting to feel like a bit of a deal.
It really is.
And as I was saying, oh, really, you're just dead.
I have a feeling he is not going to teleport coming over, so it may not just be him. He cleanses the wallbang, but that's not going to save him. His Trophy's like, no, I'm getting out of here. And that's a really good idea. Yeah, he doesn't have an opportunity to get out anymore. That was a good flash. The charm had to be maneuvered as well. But look at this. Lucid's going to move up, and Keen has to invest the ulti, and Canyon is just dead. Not sure how that happened. He was probably rotating down to try and pay for the sins of the Gen G carries.
Oh, 100%. Now moving over to the Baron, no contest coming in.
Yeah, there's some vision around the area, but I don't know whether any of it has actually seen DK, and this is going so fast. My God!
Yeah, so much DPS.
We do know that often they can start with a bang, and then maybe not quite find too much more after that. This is a best of 3, and it does mean that they can have to, because if they let this go, the game's going to get weird. Might get Gen G back in this game, but it's an uphill battle. Yeah.
See what they can do.
Down to 50% is the Dragon. Lucid in a good position to go for this one as Canyon gets over. He can threaten the smite now as Showmaker moves out of the way of the Charm. True Barrage not doing anything as Beryl goes in, doesn't really find the angle that he wants. But the rise damage is still massive in Gen G. They lose out on the Dragon, and Beryl just gets himself out of there. They shot plus, my God, to the skies. Boot back by Keen, which is pretty good, but not good enough as Canyon comes on over. Down goes Keen. The front line misses in the blink of an eye, and the round to follow up. Chovy, I don't think he's getting out of this one. The feathers get pulled back, and he is now in the grave. Ruler going to follow. The Impale doesn't hit him, but he doesn't have any dashes left. And there is the clean ace in the on. Here in the LCK, we did see it picked by Beryl earlier on.
Yeah, auto them and eat them, and it's that simple.
So right click. That's the mechanic that you need to be aware of. As alright, Aiming is going to be able to slow down Ruler. Remember, this is from the work they did earlier, taking those 2 flashes, and they'll now take first blood. Can you turn that a little bit?
I mean, just so simple how aggressive they can play. Maybe for Slep to force the cleanse, but often a hold if the growth fight.
Yeah, here's the public execution from Chiu. He's going to then immediately try to get out of here. It'll work. Going to be missing, and in fact, so was that Q, but not going to risk it. Flashes immediately, and Chiu not going to
Em ơi, chứ đủ mẹ, cái lúc mà liên quan vô địch chung kết thế giới 2024 thì đủ mẹ, hàng này chắc là fan của người mà về Hightlight. Chắc là fan của người mà về Gen G.
Duro into the wall, and the Rupture going to miss once again.
Em hay đổ đường quá.
Flash, but just wasn't. You know those moments you expect to play, and Beryl is
Beryl's face flashing in. Chovy gonna try and kill Showmaker before he goes.
Ôi thằng Joe Bucker đánh cái gì cũng có gác luôn, bây giờ mới đi cũng có gác thì biết à.
To play defense,
regular flash out there.
Ê, thằng đồ này có nhiều cái lạ quá nha.
Did that angle to connect on the Nibia there we see. Actually, I think I'm not sure if the stun wall did hit.
Now Gen G find themselves in about a 1,000 gold deficit. Not end of the world or anything like that. Still being such a problem. Canyon moving down as
con này đánh với lại con em đã sai khỏe để nghe như một cái xe.
Teleport does come in from the Cho'Gath, and there's the glacial prison. Canyon trying to get himself out. Beryl comes in and just gonna grab the drive-by kill onto the Lilia, and 1 versus 5 is not gonna work for Keen.
Beautiful play from D+, the 1v1 from Keen.
Bây giờ là Tiên Quang là bị một cái vấn đề chung chứ không phải là vấn đề của một cá nhân em mà.
Monsters and the rest is from epic monsters or champions.
Yeah, much harder to stack up that way as Duro is going to be discovered here by 2 burly gentlemen. As he does try and taxi his way out, but unfortunately he's going to get eaten, and that is another stack coming through. And he grabs the most jinxable team of all time, so let's just not make that happen. As Beryl is very far up. He's not afraid of dying, even if he hasn't done it yet. And now, that's the caster curse. That's what we were talking about. First death, still going to be traded for trophy, perhaps, as the bullet time, unfortunately, out of range. As in comes Shiu, and that is going to spell the end. And the public execution actually going to get the flash out from Ruler. Showmaker unable to close the gap, even though he does have all the movement speed in the world. And DK, I think it's a trade up, but it is the first death there for Beryl, and that is that's a shame for DK fans.
I don't know, I feel better about it now.
Beryl's died,
they get everything off the back of it. I feel like everything is, this is DK. This is DK. Now we know for sure. Coming out.
Yeah, teleport actually coming on in here from the Quinn as flash out from Showmaker. Still, Canyon comes on forward. The Herald is actually going to be secured by the MF. And it is the Quinn starting to pop off. Shiu looking to dash over Keen. Under 100 health, and Beryl's coming in. Beryl! And knocks him down. Roller can't win this 1v1 either. And Aiden comes on over, flashes forward. The second coming to Keen. And he's going to be able to take down Canyon. This guy is Oh, how did he win this?
The Eclipse Shield.
Oh, just
take the plot of 17. It's like the first deaths, like you're really apprehensive. It's like whatever, you know. It kind of feels like that. Beryl's he's ripped off the band-aid.
Yeah, I was gonna make the band-aid reference. That is what it kind of feels like here. As feats of strength now gonna come through for DK. It's gonna make this Cho'Gath even faster, which is very scary. It's going to be an X Soul, and I can confirm that Ox was actually being attempted, but maybe not.
Cái người gọi là lít tim, con tim, sọt con để mà mày lóc con gì đó được mà
yeah, it was my Xenon Barrel. And that's
okay.
As far as Chem Tech teams go, there's a lot of people who are on this team who get value, you know, like, I think like
they themselves.
Just never try to understand people.
Yeah, I know, that's the thing. The more likely they are to lose, the less likely they are to lose until you realize that that's the case, in which case they'll probably lose.
I didn't track that, but I think that
it makes no sense, but the less sense it makes, the more sense it makes for DK.
They have a great route here, actually. Gen G, they could be caught out. They're going for the tower.
Yeah. Looking for it. They will be able to take that one down as they are spread. Beryl trying to find an angle, and immediately he sees Roll up, and he's going to look to kill him, but he now finds himself as a public execution gets Shiu into the backline as Beryl survives for so incredibly long, but is it actually going to work out? Because it's now Shiu's going to make it 3. The fleet going to come on through there, and there is one after the other. DK being cut down. And there we go. We thought for a second that DK was just going to play clean for the rest of the season. It's going to be a tough one. Just to make sure he's not going to get flanked, and yeah, this tower not long for the world. That is going to mean Gen G with about a 1,000 gold lead off the back end of that Otacon play. They still have that buff available. They can still play hyper aggressively, moving later and later. And you can see here where it all went wrong, where the commentators started to talk about DK being a good team.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, Keen will find Lucid. That's yeah, that's a big teleport flank angle. Beryl going to come on over and get the touch. Chovy is immediately recalled as there's a Sejuani that's a bit sleepy, or is it Bristle?
Cái lầu ba Chovy không ghi được, tại bây giờ chỉ bóc lót là sao không ghi.
Great angle here, but push through, trying to clear out the vision.
Ai vậy? Anh có nghĩ được chỉ bóc lót vậy?
Spot him out. He does get control of the banana brush, but Lucid gonna have to put his body forward.
Đào.
Avoided, but no.
Nhưng mà vẫn là con tướng giờ này thì phải là chất lượng như là có dĩ nha. Cái con tướng mà gọi là farm giờ thì chờ tiên trắng vậy là hợp với gì trước luôn á. Cứ có đồ là tướng giữ kiếm bắn thôi.
One kill. All it costs. And we have Jonas Strong observing, and he is a bowler. As now, Shiu actually looking for a little bit of an exchange on
cái gì đó là thế mạnh, cái gì mà. Thế mạnh cái gì là farm.
Is this a stack? He flashes for it. Grabs it with some ballful spikes as DK gonna take down Keen.
Satisfying items, that's why you buy like Heartsteel, right?
Chovy is a financially focused gamer.
Exactly. Heartsteel everyone builds it just for, even if it did no damage and you got no health, just the noise is enough.
True. That's all right, Gen G, they're going to pull the dragon out. DK not wanting to give this one up without a fight. You can see Bowling Ball going slightly wide. Rupture just to try and get them out of Banana Brush.
So big.
As Shirelia's popped. As look at this, they go so fast. He's so large. There's the Glacial Prison. In they go. That's going to be the steal. That's also the Nom coming through from Showmaker, who takes down the Arrow. King going golden. Ruler feels like he's in a safe place, but look at these health bars. They're going so low. Still, the curtain call is enough to make it happen. Aiming going to get flashed on here as Ruler Umbrella says, nope, you're going down. And Chovy is collecting.
Chovy got left
Trời
away.
ơi, game over.
The initial fight went in favor of D+.
Wait, is it game over?
I think it might be
There's so much damage.
20 seconds. I think it's just done. They have 4 grubs as well.
Yeah, and so they just need to keep these minions alive. Inhibitor does go down as GENG. They were thinking about it for a second and they're like, wait a minute, we can just
Đó là thế mạnh của chó nhĩ nha.
tanking up a bunch of turrets, but the turrets just don't exist.
Yeah, the next wave is there. It's only
Chứ
Baron.
bây giờ mà bắt chó nhĩ đánh mấy con như Oliven giống như là kiểu được con Talia này nọ kiểu thiệt tôi đánh giá đéo cao. Nhưng mà chó nhĩ nó đánh mấy con như kiểu Agia nè, rồi Cookie nè, mấy con mà điệp lại về lay có đồ á, ui giời ơi, nó lại
He's going to be immune. There is no way
Oh,
Baron's
lại
going to
nó
stop
tốt.
this one. As now Lucid, can you be the hero? The answer is no.
thì cái đó bù lại là thằng bên đó có con đường hay là cà nhông hay quá thì có thể gắn được cái giai đoạn đầu game. Thằng này nó không áp lực được trận đấu đó thì thằng cà nhông áp lực ngược lại
One shot from
bù
Ruler.
trừ cho nhau.
And GENG bring it to 3.
The dive top side, you see
Thì
the
đúng
solo
mà.
queue.
Yeah.
Just go like 20-0 as a result.
Yep, could imagine so. Beryl just pretending to be everyone here as he shape splits and tries to tell Keen to back off.
Không đánh giá cao.
Kill him, yeah, because the
Sila
amount of CC that he has in response is
chó nhĩ
pretty
đánh
high.
Sila với lại được cho
absolutely.
nên đi cặp.
See the value though, having that
Con
pop
em
loss
thì cũng
advantage
là
of
một dạng
combo
là lay
as
đấy,
the styles
đánh
pretty
hay,
big, but with the
đánh
one
hay,
step on
còn
evasion
Sila
turret,
đánh đéo hay.
that even more puts emphasis on the fact that GENG could
Sila
TP
đi
in
đánh
the
cả.
mid lane to contest this. Looks like the priority is the Dragon though instead.
Yep, that does make some sense. Sheer down here as well. It does mean that if they do then transition over towards the
Dragon
Dragon,
even no longer having ult.
Sila với Avi là phải
They're
giờ
looking
đánh
for this
cơ.
Dragon, it's getting low. Lucius trying to
Giờ
find a
đánh
look
cơ
in.
tại chung kết thế giới năm 2022 chưa 7 Sila.
here is what it kind of
Nhưng
feels
mà
like
đủ mấy
to be
chạy
able
nó
to
đứng
take
chạy.
on targetable and keep himself safe as he doesn't get the smite. Shiu now dives in on top of all of them as he tries to get out. There's a pop blossom on the 3 somehow from Barrel for the first kill.
Sống hết luôn
Gonna
rồi.
go down already. Keen gonna get bailed
Sống
out
hết
pretty
luôn rồi.
quickly and there it goes. Down goes the Vex.
Bắt
And
hay
Aiden
quá.
in a whole host of trouble. Chovy looking for his first one as Canyon getting on in there. Barrel going to be his target as Lucid jumping on top of Ruler, but Ruler gets over the wall with a gorgeous flash. The handshake says top of the morning to you, and
Ê,
down
hàng
goes
Ruler mùa này
Dog.
đánh hay đấy chứ.
And it's just that bottom lane left alive.
Hàng Ruler
Probably
mùa
gonna
trước
be
đấm còn
live
dở
for
nha.
longer as
Mùa
Chovy
này cảm
out
giác
of
sao nó
range,
đánh
but
hay
is
á.
going to keep him alive here as GENG. They grab themselves the feats of warfare, even though they didn't need
Lên
them
tay á.
in an instant.
Huge fight win for GENG. They stop the Dragon stacking and get kills exactly where they want them, you know.
His ultimate, blue buff, I believe was secured.
Trước hình như là chắc là hơi non hay sao.
By DK.
Mùa này
Now
giờ
Keen
cũng phải
going
cứng
in.
tay
Using the flash.
Yeah, Hextech ultimatum comes
Đai
down.
trụ rồi, đai trụ rồi, đai trụ rồi.
Lands onto 3, but over the wall goes. Hextech ultimatum comes down. Pop Blossom in answer though, and it lands on.
Nó nhức con mắt phải cái lồn, nó nhức con mắt thật sự luôn á.
The 3, but over the wall goes.
Rất nhức mắt,
And helps.
rất nhức mắt nha.
That's now coming in and finding some.
Thế mà vẫn có thằng kêu được tại mày đánh hay.
As well, it's a one team fight already, but can DK get more?
Đâu lại.
Getting the resets, and Showmaker gets on top of Ruler. No cleanse is going to cleanse him out of that one as the Nefiri bleed takes down the Callista.
Rồi con ba rớt bài đó mà không dính ta nữa thì thôi thì mẹ mày là chỉ chơi như là vừa.
Dive in under the tower.
Cầm cái rờ con ba rớt thì tại mày đứng ở trong cái bụi, đứng ở trong khúc này thì người ta cố định là hết trơn rồi, mà rờ không dính nữa thì thôi thì mày còn nói cái gì nữa.
Now Pop Blossom in answer though, and it lands onto 3, but over the wall goes Chovy and helps pick up the bottom lane. The Vex now coming in and finding some value. They get 2, and Duru goes down as well. It's a one team fight
Nói chung là
already.
không hay bằng lay
And
tương
we're
đối lay.
getting the resets, and Showmaker
Nếu mày thay đổi quyết định của tao
no
đâu.
cleanse is going to cleanse him out of that one as the Nefiri bleed.
Từ khi nào làm mấy pha
takes
bắt
down
lay,
the
cầm mấy con này mà làm mấy pha được bắt
Callista.
lay thì ok.
Huge overstep there from GENG. Look at the dive in
Look
under the
at
tower.
that.
And the thing
Ví dụ nữa nha, đây. Ví dụ như mà làm được cái pha kiểu kiểu dày thì mày bay cao tao còn suy nghĩ lại nha. Bay ra tao còn suy nghĩ lại. Đấy, mắt lay nè, nó dày mới gọi là mắt nay nè. Định nghĩa của mắt này. Ok chưa? Thì thôi cứ đánh đi, thì bởi vậy ta nói lúc tao phân tích á, thì cho Di cái thế mạnh của nó không phải là bắt lay thì Điệp ơi mày góng họng lên cãi, xong cầm xi lát thì bắt lay kiểu này, Điệp mẹ mày xong mù của mẹ con mắt của tao, thì Điệp mẹ mày nói ra thì giận, nói ra thì nói tao kêu.
And Duro goes down as well. It's a one team fight already. But can DK get more? As we're getting the resets and Showmaker gets on top of Roller. No cleanse is going to cleanse him out of that one as the Nefiri bleed takes down the Callista. And DK ain't done yet.
Huge overstep there from Gen G. Look at the dive in into the tower. And the thing is against the Vex. The
Tôi có la cái gì đâu,
that
tôi chỉ
initial
nói là
kill
Châu Vi
and not getting it in the previous
nó
fight. The
fan.
momentum they found and now they get a chance to throw down that Herald mid. Just when things look like they were
Giờ
slipping
tiên
away
khúc đầu
from
thì
the
mày
boss,
làm, sau khúc
They
sau thì mày
fight
nó giữ
back.
chiến
That's
quyết
going to be the
tốt.
question. It's not like,
Cũng khen
is he
đó.
going to die?
Mà
Because yes,
các môn lại
he
đéo
is.
chịu,
It's
các
about
môn
how long
từ
it's
chối
going
lời
to
khen
take
của
and how
tôi.
much value he can get
Các
beforehand.
môn phải kêu thì mày cho Diêm Tòng diện.
Aggressively here. You can see now 2-1-2 on the Cassante as a result of that last skirmish. And has about a 700 gold lead. Is now Chovy caught in a side lane as Lucid going untargetable. It is going to be a bit of value here, but unfortunately, that ultimate not going to do anything to save his life. And now the mid laner is dead.
Fire the skin.
Mà
That's
cái
what we
đánh
got
farm
about
chẳng lẽ thì
play.
mà mày không chờ tôi nhắm lúc đầu
Oh,
cho.
it's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. Canyon looking for an angle, but he won't find one. So this dragon is going to be soul point for
Đứng
DK.
yên chỗ farm
It's a
trong khi
Katarina
biết ta
dead.
đánh được là di chuyển liên tục.
Feels a little bit more relevant for Drake. As Canyon moving down towards his bottom side as Sheer. There is a Hextech ultimatum problem that he has. Deathmark going to come on through and they will not put their backs against the wall, so he had no way out. And down goes the top laner. On the other side of the map, no opportunity for a cross.
If it gets low enough, then you do TP in, but it's Camille. You can TP a bit late and instantly have impact. You don't want to get forced early.
Well, Ruler coming on over. Shape Splitter will be up.
They've committed the TP. I think defense just back off.
Yep.
It's still 12,000 HP.
Just get out of there, Shiu. Just standing
Thấy
in the
gọng
front
kèm
line,
rồi, thấy gọng
making
kèm
sure
rồi.
that he can
Đi cày vô cái thấy gọng kèm rồi.
to the rest of Gen G. They want to make sure that it does actually reset as Keen looking for that flank angle, looking for that opportunity. The rest of DK
cày vô thấy khó rồi.
seeing what they can do. As Gen G a little bit split is what it feels like, but if they time it
Đủ
correctly,
má,
it can be
mà ta
devastating
càng
here for
canh
DK.
kiếm
Duro
rồi,
is
chơi
still
cái gì
down
nữa.
very, very low, and there's
Mất
no
chắc
base
rồi.
to remember. Pop Blossom finds 3. The other con is taken by Gen G, though they
Đây quyết định này là quyết định rất dở luôn.
now Showmaker taking so much damage into the backline goes Keen.
Đi cày cái pha này là một là phải làm mẹ.
And Gen G just roll over the
Một là
top.
làm ở trên hay là làm ở dưới, chứ đứng nhấp trong khi được con Calista nó canh tụi con canh giáo hết mẹ
I
rồi
don't
chơi
know
gì nữa.
whether the DK Dragon Soul Dream is going to be
Thì lạc
alive
quá,
for
ăn
very
cơm
much
hay hơn
longer
chứ.
as they do take down the second Cloud Drake for Gen G. As Lucid just wanted to get something out of his own jungle. Handshake not
Hầu
going
như
to
nha,
stop there as his own dogs being
anh
used
con
against him.
Atakan này, con Atakan mà cũng có hồi sinh này, hầu như là cái team SK nào là cũng
They got a lot of burst, but
tận dụng được triệt
when you're
để hết
behind
luôn
like
á.
this, it's going to take everything in the kitchen sink to kill some of these bulkier targets.
Yep.
And the thing is, even if you kill someone now, they're just recalled. So, Chains of Corruption misses.
Yeah, and also Keen has a Guardian Angel as well, so you not only have to kill him once, you have to kill him again. As Gen G splitting, they have got Canyon in the mid lane as Lucid looking for the angle there. Canyon might just be dead, and yet he's not going to be getting out of this one. So the recall or the withdraw going to be proc. The rest of Gen G now focusing on taking down this inhibitor turret on the bottom side as Keen looks to dive in. Pop Blossom used defensively here against Trophy as his chains are going to miss. And still the inhibitor goes down. Still Trophy realizes that he's just got a withdrawal. So he's going to be able to proc that as Shiu going down so incredibly low. And there is that true damage from Keen to execute the Cassante. Gen G, maybe that is a chance to just kill all of them.
Coach came around with notes on that one.
Yeah, we'll just have to see. Now, DK
Đâu quá.
wanting to get this defense working as Ruler's going to get Pop Blossomed. Ruler diving on top of him or attempting to.
Hay nè, bắt hay nè, có hay.
Of his own, and they take down aiming. Canyon, absolutely absurd damage as well, and he just gets himself out. The death mark was just so good. And, wow, Cassante was there. Okay, she very, very far north, but he is also going to be eviscerated. 5-0-6 for the Z jungle of Canyon. And they're going to be able to take another inhibitor. This might just be the end of the game right now. And Gen G looking to stay undefeated here in the LCK. And DK staying defeated against Gen G despite everything they were able to get done in this series. Showmaker goes down yet again. Canyon on about 0 health, but he doesn't really need too much. And Duro diving on into the fountain. The Nexus will fall. And the fate of DK is to continue to be
Pha này hay rồi,
just
pha này quyết định trận đấu luôn á, pha này nè. Anh này là vô cái điệp bài đẹp quá nè.
Defense working as Rulers.
Lăn tay lẹ chân lắm luôn, chứ vừa mới ra lấy lợi chân cuốn xong thì quay lại bắt tục hang rồi. Tuy là khúc sau hơi ẩu một tí trong cái pha xích e thôi, nếu mà xích e trúng là nhiều khi là mà triple kill, quadra kill, beta kill trophy, legendary, Hall of Fame.
And wow, Cassante was there. Okay, she very far north, but he's also going to be eviscerated. 5-0 and 6 for the Z Giant.
Là sao nó anh em độ quá sao thì mai mốt tôi còn tôi đéo nói cặp tôi đéo nói lồn gì luôn, nói ra anh em nó cứ nói tôi điệp mẹ mày nói điểu, khen thì cũng kêu nói điểu, chê thì cũng kêu nói điểu, cái lầu má thôi thà tao coi sang tao nói cặp cũng được.